Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you funketeers out there. Boy. Don't fake the funk or your nose gonna grow. Yes. Are y'all ready for the Pinocchio theory? We're getting on both sides of the fence. Hard to say who to trust out there because it's getting kind of tough out there. Yeah, it's getting kind of tough out there. It's kind of hard to know who to listen to. One side saying one thing, and the other side saying another thing. And like I always tell you, white supremacy, they're the same bird. They just have a left wing and they have a right wing. That's right. But they're on the same bird, going in the same direction. And guess who's in the middle, guiding them? The system, white supremacy. And you heard it from me. That's right, I said it. Hey, good evening again. Welcome. Glad that you're here this evening. And welcome to For the Record, the word on the street. Hey, we're just talking a little something. We're chopping it up a little bit, seeing where where the stuff flies. And let me tell you, it's flying pretty good. It's flying pretty good. And before I get started, let me give a shout out to one of our greats who passed over the weekend. Talking about Clarence William III. Some of you might know him as Link in Mod Squad, or the brother who played in Life. The brother was good. The brother was good. Or the brother who played it up in Sugar Hill. Yeah, 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 yeah. He went on. He passed on. He passed on. Yeah. He didn't get the chance to see the full dream, but he lived it. He lived it. So I just want to give a shout out to his family and those who followed him, and God bless them all. Okay. All right. Now let's get chopping. Let's get chopping. Again, welcome. My name is Trey, and again, welcome to For the Record, the word on the street. And listen. And when we talk, we're just talking. This is how I feel about it. And I'll give you an opportunity to tell me how you feel. If you don't catch this thing live, because I'm streaming on Facebook, I'm streaming on YouTube and Periscope or Twitter. You can catch it there. Do me a favor, go hit that like button, that retweet button, or just subscribe to me on the YouTube channel. We're just regular folk. I'm not. There's nothing glamorous here. Because this is what you see is what you get. It's just like real folk talking. Yeah, real folk talking. With all the warts and everything. The little bit of the think about. Before you think, put in your mouth. Yeah, we're just gonna talk about it. And tell me how you really feel. And so to help me out, and let me know where we're going. Yeah, go ahead, put a comment in there. You know, engage. Engage. But that's what we like to do. That's what we like to do. We're gonna engage. We're gonna make sure that our verses are, and hopefully that we're gonna get enough that we're gonna somebody else get an opportunity. Hey, thank you for the thumbs up, baby. Thank you for the hey. I'm not afraid of the Holy Ghost. All right. But yeah, we're gonna keep on doing this thing because it's getting later than we think. It's getting much later than we think. I'm telling you, I guarantee you. When good men do nothing, evil people prevail. And as I always like to say, they're not trying to, just only remove us. They're trying to make us extinct, like the dodo bird, like the dinosaur. They continuously rewriting the history book or not putting in the right stuff in the history books because that's how they do it. That's how we and for lack of better phrasing it, we allow them. We don't challenge them enough. Let me tell you something. We've been around for when I say we, I'm talking about the ADOS community and our allies, but I'm specifically talking about the ADOS, the American Descendants of Slavery. That's a lineage. We are a lineage. And we've been around for over 400 years. And you can come at it. You can come at it any way you want to. You can come at it that we were here before they even got here. All right, we can live with that. Even at that, they still put us in bondage. Or we could talk about the transatlantic slave mission that they had. They still put us in bondage. But look here, we're gonna break it. We're gonna break every chain. We're gonna eventually break every chain because we are their original sin. And no matter how they try to chop it up, how they try to replace us, it ain't gonna happen. We're not going by the way of the Mayas or the Incas, where they assimilated them to they made them extinct in history. All they are now is a footnote. We're not gonna be a footnote. We're not gonna be a footnote. We're gonna keep on marching until we get what's ours. Period. Point blank. And I'm gonna say for them to cut the check. Cut the check. Now, just so that just so how time is winding up. Yes, we just went through an election in 2020, And and in 2021, we got no, I'm in the state of Georgia, and we got two senators on the Democratic side to sit in the seat. We got that, but did we? You know, what what good is it to have money that you can't spend? That's what those that's what they're doing, everything to take away your voice. Your vote is your voice. Your vote is your voice. As a matter of fact, I'll say this every time I get on the horn, that this is a transaction. It is not a gift. We ain't giving away nothing. As a matter of fact, we're taking. We're taking. We're not giving up one iota, no ground. We're gonna keep on getting it until we get to where we need to get to. And what we need to get to is reparations. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Reparation. A debt owed. Everybody else want to get paid for their misery and their plight in life, but when it comes to the ADOS community, everybody acting like somebody farted in a closed room and everybody got the nose hole in their nose. No, oh, you better lift that window up and get you some Glade and make it fresh. That's right, I said it. Because right now, the way we're living is stinking. It is stinking, especially, especially for the same plight that has been charged against us, and you're trying to deny us. I'm not talking about opportunity, because opportunity is never what we want. We already had opportunity, and we did well. We built this country. We did well. We built cities. We did well. We invented things. We did well. But the only bad thing about it, that they did not, they took what was rightfully ours in the name of a system, a corrupt system. And so when these folks start talking about today, about how um, America was founded, listen, do your research. You really know how America was founded, and not only how it was founded, how it was sustained. It was sustained off the backs of the ADOS community, the American descendants of slavery. That's how it was sustained. That's how it built its wealth, and that's how it's continuing this day to build its wealth off our back. And so we gotta get it. We gotta get it in. We gotta get it in. We don't have any time to be shucking and jiving, buck dancing and grinning. Now I'm not saying that we can't raise no cane, have a good time. I'm not. That's not it. That's the kind of people we are. Even in misery, even in trouble times, we find a way to have some good times. You see. But sometimes we're gonna have to get serious, and this is one of those times where we're gonna get serious and let these folks know we ain't playing with you. We ain't playing with. That's what I said. It ain't. We ain't playing with you. It's time for them to pony up and kick in. I got this question just keep on running through my mind. Everybody's talking about voting rights, voting rights, voting rights. Why are we still talking about voting rights? That thing should be already established, and that should be a dead horse. That deal should be done. That door should never need to be opened again. Period. One and done. But because they want to keep us under their thumb and keep us running after that carrot like a hamster on a wheel, they want to continue to have us do that kind of thing. That's not what we do. That is not what we do. If we're going to be running, we're going to be running towards something. That's right. We're going to be running towards something. So today I want to talk about the Pinocchio theory. That's right. The Pinocchio theory. We got politicians on the left, and we got politicians on the right. Talking on the side of the neck. I hear Joe Biden. He made a promise to this group over here, and he make a promise to the group over there. So he got to be lying somewhere. He's got to be lying somewhere. Now I'm not saying because I can't read his mind, but his actions speak louder than words. I'm not saying that he don't believe the lies that he's telling. You can believe a lie. Yeah. Yeah. If you just keep on following that lie for long enough, you can believe it all day long. And that's where we are. You got a couple people in the world. You got the kind that lead, and you get the kind that follow. Which one are you? Which one are you going to be? If you're going to try to, you know, outlive the system, baby, you better learn how to lead. You better learn how to lead because to navigate through all this garbage, whoo, is something. All right, so let's talk about the Pinocchio theory, and one of the main players, Mister Pinocchio number uno, as far as I'm concerned, not only for this week, but for the whole decade that he's been there, is old Mister Joe Manchin. Mister Joe Manchin. Now I understand. He represents, you know, West Virginia, in his constituents. I understand that. I really do. That's why you go. That's why you go to. That's why you get elected. Into your seat because of what your constituents say. Because that's just the way it is. But make no mistake. Make no mistake. There's times where we got to go and do something for the greater good. For the greater good. Now, this cat, he's talking about no, we're not. I'm not in it. I'm not going to end the filibuster. No, I'm not going to vote for this uh, bill because there's things in there that I don't like. Listen, you mean to tell me you never voted for a bill because there are things you didn't like? That don't make no horse sense. Because no bill that you're going to get everything you want. I'm going to say that again. There's never been a bill that has been presented so that they would go ahead and try to pass it into legislation that had everything that they wanted or everything that they agreed upon. Because there were some things in it they didn't disagree, but yet they still voted on it. Yet they still, and he's one of those. He voted on things that I'm quite sure he wasn't comfortable with. But for the majority of the bill, yes, okay, I like majority of it, I can live with it, you know, and what's in the bill is not going to do any harm to anyone. That's the main thing. Now, when you look at a bill, I say, is it going to cause to elevate the society, or is it going to cause to degrade the society? That's what I say. And so if it's to the point where you're going to elevate the society, man, get on that. Get on that thing. And if it needs tweaking, they know how to do it. They know how to do it. And just so I'm not a political scientist. Not that I'm gonna limit that. Nor do I play one on television. Let me get that out of the way right quick. However, I try to look at do some research and try to see some stuff and try to get my understanding. And so my understanding, as far as the uh, you know filibuster is concerned, first it's just a rule. It's not a law. It's just a rule. Now, just a rule. I know that's not really making it sound like it has any teeth because that's obviously the filibuster has a lot of teeth. But it's nothing that can't be removed or tailored. Yeah. because it has been done before. The issue is not the filibuster per se. The issue are the hearts and minds of those in Congress. Listen, we need to stop. I'm included. We need to stop with this, you know, choosing the lesser of the evil, the lesser of the two evil, because evil is just evil. Evil is just evil. Now, I don't know on what scale one other than myself would select, you know, anything in life. Could be anything, but I mean, I'm have enough intelligence to understand everything is not black and white. That's just the way it is. So there are variants of degrees on issues, and so when I look at a candidate, if I confront him with agendas that are my concerns, and he just simply refused to uh, 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 respect or honor those that agenda, well, that's I ain't gonna be mad at you. I'm gonna start shopping. I'm gonna start shopping somewhere else. I'm not gonna fall in love with you. I'm not. Listen, do not fall in love with a politician. That's our major problem. Do not fall in love with any politician, because when you fall in love with a politician, you become blind. The line will love will put your eyes out. Really, a lot of people lost their way by falling in love, and a politician ain't the one to be loving. I'm here to tell you that right now, in case you didn't know. And so that goes the same thing with a party. Do not fall in love with a party, because a party will run you down to the ground. You own little or no stake in it. You just don't. You just don't. And so Joe Manchin and his ilk, because he's not the only one. And I'm just talking about on the Democrat side, because as it relates to the, American descendants of slavery, we vote majority for the Democrat. We vote majority for the Democrat. And how has that worked out for us? Here it is, 2021, and we still talking about voting rights. We're still talking about voting rights. That's a shame. That's a shame. Now, this system of government, the way it's set up, and I'm not gonna, I'm, I don't, I'm not gonna start talking about a civic list or anything, but our system of government, the way it's set up, you know, um, as far as we're concerned, I'm talking about ADUS folk. As far as we're concerned, you know, it it will only work for us when we move in a collective, when we move as a collective towards a a a a goal or agenda, and we need to have that agenda item, and we need to, and we need to check them off as we get to them, and just like a grocery list. When you go to the store, if you go on the store, if, most of us not organized like that. We got what we want in our head, and so when we get to the store, we see some other stuff, we get that too. You know, until our money get funny, then we start putting back stuff. We start pondering, should I get this or should I get that? You know, when we get to them politicians, that's how we need it. That's how we need to treat them. Hey, this is my grocery list, and this is my priority. These are the things that I know I got the money for this. And I want that. This is what I want. That's how we need to talk to them. And we need to stop letting politicians choose us. We need to start choosing politicians. Yeah, yeah. Treating us like side pieces. We need to start choosing our politicians. Now, they have a federal election every couple of years. They have the main event every 4 years, and they have an off election. And so we need to be vigilant all year round. Now, I know somebody saying, "Man, I can't deal with no politics." Well, I know you can't deal with it, but you should. That you should, because we have been brainwashed, we've been traumatized, we've been misled, and we've been trained that politics is not our business. It is not. It is something that we do on the fourth year for a presidential. But you shouldn't. You should be looking at your local election, from everything that from the dog catcher to the judge, to the circuit judge of judges. County county judges and all that other stuff. Coroner, if you got to vote in the coroner, and all that. Everything that's in your municipal and local arena, we should be looking at it because it affects us. And right now, as they uh, gear up, for the midterm election, man, they're stacking the deck. They're stacking the deck, and all you hear is the folk talking about. They know it's wrong. All you hear them saying, "Oh, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong." Well, saying it's wrong is not going to get it done. Baby, do something. It's just like somebody out there got a fire hose and the house on fire, and they're still yelling fire. Well, baby, you got the tools in your hand. Go ahead and spray that thing. Put the fire out. That's how I know that these folks in Washington D.C. are not serious. They got the power, but they're not serious. They are just not serious. Then what they are serious about is hold on to power. And they will throw you underneath the bus as sure as you're born. Yeah. And so people like Joe Manchin and those other folk and see this and this how they trick you, for one of the good lies. Joe says, well, you know, I like, some of the stuff in the bill on the bill. I like some of it, but there's other stuff in there I don't like. Well, then tell us what the other stuff is. Don't be telling me some. Don't give me no vague answer. Well, tell me what the other stuff is, so that we'll know what the other stuff. We can stop wasting time with your foolishness. Because all they doing is playing loop de loop with you. That's all they're doing. It's playing loop de loop with you. That's all. And no, and then I will listen to uh Clyburn, Joe Clyburn. What's up with these Joes? These Joes in these gyms. Man, if your name's with a J in it, sounds like you're all jacked up. Jim Clyburn. Listen, there's a time when you use that political speak. But don't use political speak on me. Talk plain. Talk plain. I know it's something. I know it's something that you're not used to. Talk plain to us. Talk plain. the Congressional Black Caucus. Talk plain to us. Deal with our issues. Stop, stop putting butter on, looking for butter biscuits and pat on the head. Get in there and fight and get in there and get the job done. Because I'm telling you, we are to blame too. Because we're letting these jokers get away with it. We are. We are. Let them get away with it. And then when we don't get what I'm not even saying what we want. When we don't get what we need, and we are at the bottom of the totem pole, we're looking up, and all we see coming to us is a boot in your face. Because we are listening to the Pinocchio theory. These people lying on both sides of it, and we're lying to ourselves. Like I said, don't fall in love with these politicians. Black girl magic, black man magic. No, I want action. I want the work done. Put in the work. You go to work at your job, you are expected to do your job, because if you don't, guess what? You don't get paid. Time for you to look for another job, and sometimes you can't find one because you're an ADOS folk. Struggling. I know sometimes you be skinning and grinning and, shuffling and buck dancing, trying to save your place in whatever you think you're going to rise on. But hey, they're just looking for an opportunity. If you don't get the axe, it's because they know they can do it. They can axe you anytime they want to. They know they can axe you anytime. You are expendable. They don't need a reason. They don't need a reason to get rid of you. And so we should take that same principle when we look at those politicians. You ain't moving fast enough. Get out of here. Oh, you don't want you don't want that bill, but that's the bill I want. Get out of here. Now we can't do it on our own. We're going to have to organize. We're going to have to congregate. We're going to have to associate, and we're going to have to play well with each other. We know sometimes we have a problem with that. Sometimes we have a major problem with that. And that's because of the Pinocchio theory. They have lied. They have lied. They have lied. They have lied. They have got they have got your head so filled up with gas that your head is floating in the sky. Time to come back to earth. Time to come back to earth. That's when they start separating us. Now, why don't you take a look at that at the main street media? If you listen, if you're hanging on everywhere they say now, no, saying don't watch them now, because you need to know what the enemy is doing. You need to be well informed of what the enemy is doing. Don't look and don't fall in love with them. Don't even fall in love with me. I'm telling you, don't fall in love with me. Love yourself. That's who you need to fall in love with. And when you start loving yourself, you're going to realize that hey, I'm not going to be treated like this anymore. We're like in a abusive relationship. No, come on home, come on home, come on home. We don't need that. We don't need that. We can do, because we're better than that. We are much better than that. And so when we take a look at this Pinocchio theory, man, it's laced in everything that America do. Everything, you know, I used to watch these television shows back when I was younger, and these like the Cowboys and Indians. And the Indians would tell us a pale face, you are speaking with a forked tongue. And that's what's going down. They are speaking with a forked tongue. And we're just sitting there, like there's some kind of snake charmer, and we just got our eyes gazed on the music, baby. Gazed on the music. Not watching what they're doing. We need to watch them. Continue to watch them. And after you've watched enough what they're doing, act on it. Act on it. Wake up your neighbor. Wake up your neighbor. Say, "Let me look. What, come on now. Come on now. The gates are closed, man. They're trying to burn us out. They're trying to burn us out. Well, that's not us. I'm talking about the ADOS community. You know, that's just the way it is. That's just life for us right now. But we can overcome. We can overcome. We got to keep on pushing. We got to keep on pushing. So that Jim Clyburn, talking on two sides of the neck. We try to get we try to talk about the George Floyd policing bill again. Caving in. Don't cave in. Like I said, not every bill is going to have everything that we want, but don't cut out the meat. Don't cut out the main stuff, because then you change the whole composition of what it is. You change it. Don't let them cut out the meat on anything, on programs. Biden talked about they're going to give X many dollars, for reparations for blacks and people of color and indigenous people. Wait a minute, Joker. Hold up. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Did you say reparations for black folk? And now that same money that you're going to give us, you're going to divide it up to the rest of everybody else? No. See, that's how we get that trick bag. That's how we get that trick bag. Listen to that doggone Pinocchio. He know what he's saying. He know what he's saying. He knows what he's saying. And if we fall into it, well, shame on you, baby. I'm not going that way. I'm going to keep on doing what I do. I'm going to keep on doing what I do. Because if I don't keep on doing what I do and take care of me and mine, that's just, I understand that's just one. But if somebody else on my right and someone else, they start taking care of themselves and taking care of theirs, maybe we can make it. We thought we can make it. We can make it. And so we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. So one, the Joe Manchin and his stance on the filibuster. I don't care about the filibuster, really. They can get it done without a filibuster, without getting rid of it. With it, get rid of it or keep it. I don't care. I just say get it done. Joe Manchin and those other folks. Yeah, he's not alone. Some of them are so cowardly they don't want to speak up. Yes, there's a lot of ways we can take care of it. The House of Representatives have passed, their part of the bill, um, um, trying to give DC statehood. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. That's what that's where they at. But it's got to get to the Senate and see. And if they really want it to win, see, that's what I'm saying. Joe and those other Democrats. They don't want. They don't want. They don't want. They just want to act like. They just want to act like they're doing something for us. When I say us, I'm talking about American descendants of slaves. They'll do something for everybody else. They will do something for everybody else, and that's fine. I keep on telling you, I am not anti anything. I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti-Asian. I'm not anti-Latino. I am not anti-Mexican. I'm not even anti-white. But I'm just pro ADOS. I'm just pro black. That's all. That's all that is. And if you can't understand it, shame on you. If you can't understand that part, shame on you. You're gonna come to your own conclusion. I figured this out a long time ago. There's some people who know what the truth is, but they are not going to go with it. because that's just then it's just not in them. It's just not in them. You know that their compass is going in another direction, and I don't care. That's what they're doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing. Point blank. Yeah. And so and so, as long as we are allowing these Pinocchio, these puppet masters, to continue do what they're doing, we're going to be where we are at the bottom. At the bottom. Now, I could always come up with some, you know, statistics about this, but funny things about numbers. And they say numbers don't lie. Well, you know what? Numbers may not lie, but they can be bent towards any way, any direction you want. They can be bent. I don't care. So that so just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. When somebody can bring you a bunch of on. I ain't say it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a thing. It's just a thing. I can get a bunch of people to see it one way, and that's just the way they see it. Or I can get some people to see it another way. I can get some people, on my, on the way my thinking, and I can get someone to counter. You know, at one time, the common, numbers, this is called their numbers, and the consensus was, you know, flat Earth, flat Earth. Now they still got folk that say the Earth is still flat. Well, I don't know. I don't care because I got more things to worry about than whether the Earth is flat or not. That's a battle that I am not going to get into. But it still is that is a that is the consensus. You know, that's the way it is. You can get somebody to believe anything, right or wrong. But here's the trick, as far as I'm concerned. What is right for me and mine? That's what I'm going to find. That's what I'm continue to fight for until I find out another way. Because I believe in, evolution of ideas. I believe that because sometimes it's something that there's some things that can be true in one place in one situation that can be totally false in another. That's why I'm saying that there's degrees. There's the degrees of of opinion on some things. Now there's some things that I say I believe there's no shade in. There's just no shade in. But when it comes to this political arena, when it comes to the life of my people, when it comes to the life of me and mine, there's no gray. I choose to survive. I choose to live. I choose to continue on to work it. That's what I choose. What are you going to choose? How are you going to deal with it? How do you feel about it? Are you awoke? Are you still just, kind of cruising through life? You know, I have family members that they don't even care. They really don't, and it's hard. It's hard to convince them that the status quo is not going to be the way they think it's going to be in some years from now. Because each year, each day, things are not. If they continue on the trajectory that they're on now, it's going to be lights out. People tell me this junk about, oh, this is never going to happen. This never happened before. You are a fool. You are a fool. You just saw January the 6th that that the Capitol was really besieged by a bunch of folk. That ain't never happened before. That never happened before. Even during the Civil War, it ain't never happened. But it just happened. We just went through a 4-year stint of a president, you know, that was off the hook. Yeah. Now, when I say off the hook, not in his racial chemistry or makeup, because America always been racial, from George Washington to the present. America always been racial, and it's been open up for display. People act like they people. That's the funny thing. People have short memory. They act like that's some foreign idea. No, no. The government has been on this race animal for forever. So and they've always were bent towards um, demonstrating the racial bias against us. Yeah, we just had the Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now they're saying it's a massacre, but it was first a riot, but now it's a massacre, and there's many more of them. Yeah, there's many more of them. And so don't act like America. Don't act like you something that you're not, because we already know. Already know what you are. We know who you really are, and the world knows too. That's the. I mean, the world always knew, but now it's a lot of them. It's to their advantage to say something about it, because they want to go off the rails too. A lot of countries in the world want to go off the rails too, treating their citizens any kind of way. And I keep on telling folks, people calling civil rights, man, this is some human rights stuff issue. And America don't want to call it a human right violation, because then they got to stand court between the world. They got to be judged by the world. And right now, the world ain't with them. Woo! Yeah, that's the Pinocchio theory, baby. That's the Pinocchio theory. And so good. So, give God some glory, because that's not how the story's going to end, baby. I'm telling you that right now. That ain't how it's going to end. We're going to have to stay together. We're going to have to work together, and we're going to have to make up our mind that we're not just going to settle. And we're going to start early. We're going to start early every morning. We're going to start early, because if we don't, ain't no way in the world we're going to make it through this. So listen, as the crow flies out of here, I want to leave you with this little simple word of advice. This is just from me to you. And just me from me to you. Listen, whenever somebody acts as if they're surprised, the truth of the matter, they already have their mind made up. Especially politicians. They already have their agenda. And their agenda is to ensure that they hold on to power. These United States of America, whenever they tell you it's founded on anything other than power grabbing, they're lying. That's the American way. Power grabbing. We as ADOS community, we need to grab our share of the power. We need to we need to we need to grab a share of power, not only in our vote, but in our community. We got some bad actors out there. We need to take our communities back, not only from white supremacy, but within our own. Yeah, our own. We need to settle up. We need to settle up this debt that we owe to ourselves. The divide that they're trying to the divide and conquer method they're trying to use, pitting the black man against the black female. No, no. We need to take it back. We need to take it back. But in order for us to do that, what we're going to have to do, baby, we're going to have to get up early in the morning. So, hey, till the next time, I see you when I see you.